every kindergarten or first grader will tell you that there is one white chip out of 3 chips here. So that kid is able to establish that fraction. Also, based on this same analogy, these kids can notice a total of 3 chips and also notice that there are 2 white chips out of 3 chips. This is where the misconception, the misconstruction of the knowledge of fractions come in. Because now when you ask these kids that what is the total of white chips, it makes sense. It makes sense for everybody to say, okay, there are 3 total white chips out of 6 chips. This is where that misconception gets built. Why does this misconception build up? Because the kids are seeing on this side that there is an impossibility of breaking down this one white chip into 3 parts. Those kids will continuously use that misconception until they realize otherwise. For example, if this is split up into 3 parts, to show them that a fraction is part of a whole, not part of 2 wholes, not part of different groups. A fraction is part of one group and not a part of separate groups. Okay? So a fraction of a pizza is a piece out of the full pizza and not a piece out of multiple pizzas. Okay, so looking at it that way, they will start to now understand that one out of these 3 parts is 1/3, and another 1/3, another 1/3 come together to make one whole. So these 3 parts come together to make one whole. That begins to challenge this misconception over here. That begins to challenge this misconception over here. And then the students now reconstruct. They reconstruct that if a fraction is a part of only one whole, then 1/3 plus 2/3. These are all parts of the same whole of 3 parts. So that knowledge can be reconstructed as 1 part plus 2 parts out of the same whole. Okay, the same whole of 3. So 1 part plus 2 parts out of the same whole of 3. Okay, so the whole is made up of 3 different parts. So that student can now see that it is not 2 separate groups. You could push that away. This is 1 white chip out of 3. And then if we make 2 more white chips, then the whole group is now all white chips, so that we now have 3 white chips out of the group of 3. And so the whole group is now white chips, just like if you split that up, it now comes together again as one whole. And now they understand that a fraction is part of a whole, not multiple wholes. And so 3 divided by 3, and that equals the 1, which is also called the whole. The intention of this video is to clear that misconception of adding the denominators of fractions. Do not add the denominators. And so these examples will help you to continuously clear that misconception. Okay, so now that we have reconstructed that knowledge that a fraction is part of a whole and that whole is expressed in the denominator, so it is the same whole. We're not dealing with two different groups here. It's the same group of 4 items. So it is okay to put a fraction bar and say we are dealing with the same group of 4 items. Okay, so here we are dealing with a group of 5. It is the same group at that denominator. So it is okay to say it is the same group of 5. It's just one group of 5. It's not multiple groups of 5. It's just one group of 5 items. Okay, 2 of those items plus another 3 of those items from the same group gives us 5 out of the 5 items. Then we have taken all the items in the group. We've taken the whole group. Okay, so that simplifies to 1. Over here, we had 4 out of 7 of the pieces left, and we took 3 out of the 7. So the same group again, when we subtract, we want to make sure that it is the same group. We had 4 left, and out of the 4 that were left, we took 3. So how many left? Okay, 4 were there, we took away 3. So now we have 4 minus 3, 1 left out of the initial number that was 7. So this misconception right here, boo, we don't want that misconception anymore.